Do you find that you're often the giver in relationships? Well, a lot of people do. And one of the reasons they keep on giving is because they think that's what they're supposed to do, but um, they find themselves getting stuck and lonely. And it's the reason that a lot of Christians are cranky because they are not being filled back up like they're supposed to. But today I'm really excited because I have a friend who follows the page who I'm going to read her question to you, and I'm going to break it down and explain how being a giver is over spiritualized and what we can do about it. So here's the question. She says, I have lots of friendships, most of them in a mother leader way. Other than my husband, I have one person that's more of a friend. Just seems I'm stuck in give mode in my relationships and beginning to think that I might do it intentionally. Just lonely for deeper relationships. Well, again, this is very, very common for many of us that we have found ourselves in this type of situation at one time or another. But what I'm going to do is explain three concepts. Two of them are issues that stem from the problem. The first one is she explained herself or described herself as being the mother leader. Well, because she's the authority in the relationship she's pouring into, there's no chance for intimacy to develop because she's guiding and leading these people. Now, I'm sure that they think she's great and she enjoys what she's doing, but she's not going to get back from that relationship an intimate connection and be poured back into. Okay, that's one issue. The second issue is that she said that there's one other person who's more of a friend beside her husband. Well, if y'all have listened to any of the videos or read any of my posts, you know that we need a group of people on speed dial. And when I say a group of people, intimate people that we can call, pick up and say, hey, look, this just happened to me. Can you help me walk through this? Check this out with me. And when the first one's is not there, or the second person's not there, the third one, fourth, by the time maybe we get down on our speed dial to the fifth one, they can pick up the phone and answer for us. But we need more than two people. One, it takes the pressure off those two people to be available. And then two, it takes the desperation off her that she only has two people. Okay, so these two issues stem from the real problem in this issue. And she kind of hinted towards it when she said, I'm beginning to think that I might be intentionally doing this. Well, clearly the Holy Spirit's given her some insight because she is intentionally doing it, although it's not to cause harm. It's because there's an unresolved issue in her heart where she needs to or is fearful of letting others see her neediness, is too vulnerable to let other people comfort her, and feels in control by being the parental or the one up or more mature person in the relationship. Now, when so those are the issues in the heart that are working their way out and need to be dealt with. And that's why, that's why she's so lonely and she feels stuck because she's run into a rut. And I love how God will run us into a rut to get us to begin to examine, take a closer look, and ask him to search our heart so that he can help us get out of that rut. Like I said, everything we have is set up in our system to be alarms to go off if we don't deal with things and doing life his way, which will benefit us and glorify him, and that we can carry out what we were called to do and created to do with a passion, with his help. Okay, so this is what's happening in this process. But see, once my friend gets in a setting where she can be with some other safe people to talk about what's going on in her heart, people that know the word, that are balanced in truth and grace, then she can begin to be accepted for who she is in there. And that acceptance allows intimacy and connection to grow. So these people can pour back into her. Now, that's a real quick overview in just a few minutes of a deep, intense subject. But if you're finding that this is happening to you, don't get caught in being the over spiritualizing and thinking, well, I need to be a giver because that's what God calls me to do. Yes, we need to give, but we need to give with a cheerful heart. And we need to give with no hidden agenda. And we have hidden agendas when we haven't dealt with that stuff in our heart. So I hope this helps. Hope you can relate. Let me hear what you have to say. And let's talk about it. Talk to you later.